This play, as you know, is an automatic for them, and it's being discussed by the competition committee in their meetings. And they got, as you know, I think it looks ugly, and I know that's not a metric, but it looks like rugby. It looks ugly. You can't tell. Right? You cannot tell whose knee is down when and where the ball stopped. You can't. It does create a gray area to make it tough to officiate and spot, which I think does help the offensive team trying to get the first down.
Oh, yeah.
And it's got an almost 100% success rate for Philadelphia. It's tough to see anybody else attempt it and be successful at it, which is amazing. Your Cowboys tried it the other night.
I was like, we should have Mozzie in there. Put Mozzie in the backfield.
And it was terrible. It was awful.
It was 4th and short. They didn't make it.
And it was clear, like that one. That's the other thing, too. Like, if you're going to make it work, you got to have people jump on top of your quarterback while pushing him so you don't see if he's made it. You just see the full momentum.
Yeah, you can't mark the ball.
Dak was asked about it in his final question of his press conference Sunday night. Here was his response.
Why run a tush-push play?
They didn't push my tush enough. No, just didn't get it, honestly. Just didn't get it. Wish we did, obviously. That would turn into more points, but, yeah. Let's get a new name for that.
That's funny.
Again, I don't like it.
The name
and
of
I know
the play.
I don't like the TP. I won't say it.
You know who should trademark that?
Well, Charmin or whatever. Sure, I get it. Yeah. You know, in terms of why it only works for Philadelphia, I'll say this.
They have Jason Kelce
in the broadcast. Hold on a second. In the broadcast meeting with the Ravens in London, I had one last question of John Harbaugh, and I'm like, is there anything going on that you know? I mean, he's 16 years in the league, man. Belichick and I think Tomlin. I think Tomlin's been there 16 years too. I think they started the same year. Did they? At any rate, he's been there a long time. Belichick's only longer, maybe Tomlin. So I asked him, I'm like, anything over the first 5 weeks that you've noticed is a new trend or something going on? I gave him a total macro question, which, to be honest, I'm sure, you know, in day 4 of being in London and him having to go to a walkthrough was the last thing he wanted to, you know, get deep in on. And he basically said, no, not really. And I asked him, what about this brotherly shove? And I'm like, why do you think it works so well for Philadelphia? And his answer was Kelce. He said Jason Kelce. Now, he said his center, Trevor Lindenbaum, can do it as well. Like, I think he made sure, because he wanted to make sure this sort of stuff is not going to be used against him by the media in any way, shape, or form. Sure. But Kelce can get low. And he can push. He's going to the Hall of Fame, this guy. And I think this is one of the many reasons why Dan Orlovsky on ESPN was asked who's the MVP of non-quarterbacks in the NFL. And he said Kelce. He said Kelce.
Wow.
And, you know, obviously you can have an argument on this front, but he said Kelce. And so and he also, John Harbaugh also said it helps to have your quarterback 240 pounds as well. So Kelce and Hurts, and then you could see how they run it. You look at like we're showing it against the Chiefs right here. I guess that was in the Super Bowl. Yeah, you could see how Kelce's low, and the rest of it's like low man wins, and Hurts is getting pushed by Gainwell, and you know Goddard's in there.
Who's back there?
Is that Johnson? That's Lane Johnson on the right side. I mean, you got great guys who are doing it.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how
but I just don't like people shoving other people. It sucked when USC did it, and honestly, that's my problem with it. Jerry Jones at the owners' meeting just yesterday, or is it today? Last 24 hours, he likes to play. He digs it. This is what Jerry had to say.
Your thoughts on the tush push? Well, I was surprised. I'm all for it, and I like to play. I think Dak is an excellent sneaker, and I was just surprised that we were stopped. And but I completely agreed with that's the play to run.
But you're okay with the play in general? There's a lot of talk about that with the competition committee with the way Philly has perfected it. You like it?
No, I'm okay with it.
Okay.
I like to play. I think there's a place for the play, and I think you've got some options to run off where people talk about the injury to the quarterback. Well, do the tush push with somebody other than the starting quarterback under center.
Yeah, I mean they did they did in London, Baltimore run Mark Andrews under center.
Yep.
And he took a quick snap, but he didn't get pushed. It's just like, come on. I don't like the pushing. That's the only thing. I just don't like it, and it's ugly, and it's tough to officiate. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.